Hello, hello, hello. It's RocksAlot, and we're going live. We are going live. And yeah, we've got a few different things to do today. A little, oops, a little earlier than normal. I'm going to hold. And yeah, got a lot to do actually. That's gorgeous. Might have to cut that one. That is gorgeous. Might have to cut that one. Right there. Or do we do a whole stone? Hi there, welcome in. Hi Ellie, good morning to you. I am on super early today. Just trying to fit things in. We may or may not have a big storm coming through. If it's anything that Louisiana and everybody had yesterday, it's going to be pretty windy and potential tornadoes. So I thought I better come on early and get a few things cut, and then I think we'll start hearing the wind picking up behind us. Maybe a few pine cones flying around. But I thought we'd get some turquoise done, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Hi there, welcome in. I did that commission piece, that ring, last week, and so he did pay me for it. He was very happy for it. I didn't charge him too much. I get the content out of it, and I get the experience out of it. But what he's doing, or at least what I'm doing, is I go into his little slab area and see if I can find any new material. And this is one of the pieces. This is like some of the oddest crazy lace I think I've ever seen. Has no, it's almost like a conglomerate crazy lace. I don't know, it's really odd. And like these tiny little agates in here. Oop. Like tiny mini agates. Normally crazy lace sort of joins up. And these seem to be like all kinds of tiny little agates squashed into one. And then some really nice colored agate on the sides. Yeah, it's really neat. So I pulled that from his stash that he had. So I got that and the money that he paid me. Hi there, welcome in. And yeah, so I got the leftovers of the, actually, if we can do a comparison. So this is what I consider, normal crazy lace. Sort of stuff like that. But this one's a little bit different. I don't think we're going to cut it today, but pretty neat piece, and I wanted to show it. Hi everybody, happy Sunday. Or yeah, it's a busy Sunday all around. I know the Daytona 500's going on, we've got the storm going on, I've got the car. We just took the car in to get some tires changed. Hopefully it'll be done before the storm gets here, and we'll be good. Hey Chris, how you doing today? Thank you, appreciate that. And then we got some pieces of the Tyrone. I know this is the La Verde turquoise. So we might cut into that one just to see what's in there. And then I got a couple of pieces of that's a Chilean piece. Hi there, welcome in everybody. Came on a little early today. Got lots going on. We've got a track meet that went up early down the street here. We got the Daytona 500, which started early. I don't know if the golf's going on. And then I just put the car in. And I just got a warning on my work phone, so I got to be pretty wary about the storm coming in. But yeah, and then we just put the car in to get new tires today. I had that planned for days, but so that's a piece of the Chilean. We might get into that. This is a piece of Nila, or Nila, which is one of my favorites, and I think we're definitely going to do that one. So I think, poop, and then a piece of the citron chrysoprase, or it's actually no, citron magnesite, or lemon chrysoprase. So I think we're going to work on all these. Hopefully, we'll see how the time goes. We'll see if I get a call in the middle to say that the car's ready. We'll probably hear some sirens and some wind picking up and pine cones hitting the roof. And if it gets to that point, I'm going in. As much as I love you guys, I have my boundaries. Not really, but I'll say I do. Let's back this up just a tiny bit. There we go. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a nice Sunday morning. It's actually beautiful outside right now. The birds are out, sun's out, but it's going to get changed pretty quickly, I think. So I think we're going to get started on one of these two. Well, no, we're going to do the lapidary. Let's see what's inside this. Got some decent color, but it's a little patchy. So let's get the light on. Let's get that light on. It'll help. I need to make sure I can see all you guys in chat. There we go. Yes, major storm moving in. Hopefully I'm timing it right. We'll see. I had an appointment for 1 Eastern time to take the car in. We took it in already. Hopefully they'll get done with it within the next hour and a half, 2 hours. And hopefully we'll get some stuff done on the live here. And then we'll go pick up the car and we'll be good. This looks soft. This is safe. Hey Birdie, how you doing? No. This actually is stabilized, and this one anyway is stabilized and pretty hard. This one, however, is a little bit softer. So you can hear the wind going already. Alright, let's get going. We'll cut the wind out. It's going to be a little bit noisy. I need a little bit of extra water here. But I really could have just sat on the front porch with my cup of coffee and listened to the animals. It's really nice out. Okay. I'm going to put a mask on real quick. Like that. I want to say thank you to all you subscribers. I really, really appreciate you, all the new ones and the old ones. And I really want to thank everybody that goes into my shorts. Hey Betty, how you doing today? Goes into the shorts and at least leaves a comment. You don't even have to make a big comment. Just putting a heart or some fireworks or something in there really helps out the channel. Alright, I see a very thin sort of vein going through this. And I think what we're going to do is flatten this and then come down from this other side. We'll see. Maybe I need to come down from this side. It's a little spotchy. We'll see what happens. I don't know if we're going to get anything out of this or not. Pretty spotchy. And a lot of stabilization on it, so we'll see. You don't know Betty Rock Betty? Hey Dusty, how you doing today? And Leonore, please go over to their channels. Say hi. Give them a thumbs up. Okay, this is looking too gluey for me. Yeah. See if I can get down to that real blue, but hey Gianni, welcome in. Yeah, I'm not sure on this. Almost there, so let's take it down to that blue. All the pine cones are going to come down during this storm on my head. Well, not on my head, but around me. And the pine cones are not small pine cones. They're mostly open because we haven't had a lot of rain lately. But they're huge. I'm talking huge. Alright, I don't like this one. I think I'm gonna continue with something else. Got that tiny little blue. It's not coming out well. Let's see what I can pull out. Maybe I'm being a little hasty. Yes, Miss Leonore is south of us, down in Miami. She's out on the beaches and partying a lot. No, there's a wonderful channel, and you should go check it out. The healing channel is what I'd like to call it. That's it. That's that little blue, and that's about it. Maybe, well, it's popping there, I guess, a little bit, and there is some there. Let's keep going. I'm a little skeptical there. Well, that's a shame. It may come through. I'm gonna see, but it's not looking great. Well, there's little inklings of it, I guess. Let's keep going. I'm not a big fan. Hey man, Fred, welcome in. Fairly William. It's trying, but you know, you see how it's sort of webby all the way through there? Sorry. Got some little teenies in it. A little bit of blue there. A little bit different. So look at that. That's just straight up epoxy. Let's see. I'll give it a semi-shape and we'll come down on it a little. I think it was La Verde mine in Mexico. I forget how to say the local town. Sorry to hear that, Cog. I saw, if you don't know that opal guy, go over to his channel. He could also use your subscription. Tog, I did see your box opening. I didn't finish it, and I have not been over to the gentleman from Iceland yet. Hey everybody, welcome in. Well, I honestly talk, so the people I know in this chat, we're about the youngest people out here. We're still picking rocks like we were kids. And I know it's not easy to keep that attitude at all times, but I had decided at a very young age that I wasn't going to grow up too much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came out of my lapidary. I might be wrong. Yeah, it's squiggly, so it's like green and turquoise. This definitely wasn't sand. Like a green moss with a little bit of turquoise in it. Hey Minty, I didn't see you come in. Hi. I don't know if that, I mean, some of you in the chat might know better. Minty put out a short of a piece of quartz that she found. It's like a little quartz vein in a little rock, but it looked like pyrite. But at the same time, Minty's out in Arizona, and I didn't see sort of any angular formations on the pyrite. So I know, so it could be gold. You guys should go check it out. See what you think. Hey, Silvatherian, welcome in. Mark, how you doing? So I'm gonna shape this, even though I'm not the biggest fan of it. And maybe as I shape it, something else will pop out. Because there are little speckles of turquoise and like blue in there. Or at the back end. See, and that little piece right there, because of that, it's going to disappear. That's a shame. Yeah. I have to get rid of it. So the nice blue that I have, I just made it disappear. But it's so undercut right there, I can't do anything about it. Oh yeah, it's starting to blow up out here. Yeah, it's there. I'm going to try and keep it. So I had to bring that corner, and it's undercut right there, and I can't do anything about that. Except bring it in even more. There. I think we're going to end up losing all that blue. At least on that end tip. Now, this is a little wonky. Let's flatten it out. And sometimes it's worth working a piece, even if you don't like it too much. You never know. It might surprise you. I've had that happen quite a lot. I mean, you can kind of read a stone from the beginning, but you don't always get it right. Right now I'm just flattening it out. We got the sirens already. Hey John, how you doing today? Now that little tip in the corner's gone, and I brought the back down, the back's starting to look nice too. Which side do we like better? That side? That might keep coming out. Oh, that side. Sean was nice enough to give me a heads up on the storm coming in. I hadn't really watched it, to tell you the truth. I do get extra notifications when things get close through my work. Alright, I think I'm sticking with this side. That blue is not going to come out anymore. Might get something out of that. So let's see. I could always double-side it as well. Right now I'm just taking a 45 degree. Oh, shoot. Rolled it. Move over to this next wheel. Too much water. This is some odd stuff right here. Growing on me a little bit. Ay, ay, ay. See, I opened my mouth. I said it was growing on me. It grew on me. Boink. Really? Okay, well. It just changed shape, didn't it? And I could leave it like that, I guess. Let's bring it in. I'm going to do a quick here. So much for it being stabilized. And there's a nice little pocket of blue sitting in there. Look at that. That's funny. I wonder how deep that is. Yeah, it's not terrible. But, you know, when you're at shows and things or watching people on YouTube, you can see when they've had that happen to them. I see it a lot with ovals, where it's split in two and they end up with half an oval or 2/3 of an oval. And I'm not sure if that's where the half-shaped earrings came from. I'm not going to say I like it anymore. Gonna pull it out a little bit. I don't know why we got so many sirens going on. There is a track meet going on down the street here. And the storm hasn't hit us yet, so. That is a fire engine. So I hope everybody's okay. Thank you guys, I really appreciate that. That's kind of what I'm hoping. Oh, well thank you all so much. Yeah, John, I was hoping for 4 o'clock. Thanks, Minty. Thanks, buddy. I think that's kind of how I got into it, actually, was just, you know, I started to enjoy watching people online. And then Miss Frecklecat bought me some opal for one of my birthdays. And little did she know what she was opening up to. Let me straighten that a little bit. That's just a little more pleasing, excessively pleasing for me. Hi Husky, welcome in. I got all my favorites in today. And if you are new and you haven't been here before, I normally go on at 2 o'clock on a Sunday, but I don't know. We aim for 2 o'clock. And it's possible we'll go on before, possible we'll go on after. I have something really big going on a Sunday, which usually will only be family related. Family is important. Then we try to hit for 2 o'clock, and then on Thursdays I try to hit for 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm trying to push that back just a little bit to 6 o'clock. It makes me a little less rushed getting out of work at the end of the week. And I have employees that are going to make sure they get paid. So she turned out pretty good. Not bad. That black gives it a little extra contrast. Hey gang, welcome in. YouTube's funny, so I think I got more people coming in right now than I did for the 3 hours on Thursday, and we've only been on for what, 30 minutes. So Sunday's a funny one. Sometimes there's, you know, people are really busy, and sometimes we are at home drinking coffee or having breakfast or just hanging out. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy with this. I said it again, watch out, it might crack. And around the edges of that dome. Sizing up my girdle, making sure it's even and straight. Dips a little bit there, you see that? Not much. dips right there, which means because it dips there, I have to bring it down across the whole outside edge of the stone. When I did that, it gave it a little facet, which we're going to take out on the edge. Let's see how we did. Much better. Yep, much better. Do the back real quick, and we're going to find another stone here. So thank you for persuading me to continue with that stone. Even though it broke, it came out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with it. And maybe a little more blue will come out in the middle here as I do the next 3 wheels. Hi everybody, welcome in. If you're new to the channel, RocksAlot is the channel name. If you hit that subscribe, I go live twice a week, Sundays and Thursdays, and then I put up some shorts from those lives during the week. And everybody's welcome, so thank you so much for being here. And I mostly do turquoise, opal, crazy lace, which actually I don't know if everybody saw this. So I did the commission. Yes, it's Varicite. And actually, so when they did that, Betty, it was Tim and McKay that went out and mined it. They gave them that name because they were the ones that mined it. But then the people whose claim it is, I believe, were like, we'd prefer you to keep our original name. So it's actually Broken Arrow. It's just a different formation of Broken Arrow, Varicite, Nevada. So what is that? Dusty's here, probably tell you more about where in Nevada it is. But this piece came out, so this is regular crazy lace to me. It was a much bigger slab when I cut it. This piece came out of it too. And then the other piece went to the jeweler. Jeweler was very happy, paid me a couple of bucks. And then I've been going into his little slab area to see if I can find anything interesting on the way out. And this is also a crazy lace. Let's get a little bit closer. So I snagged this one. Let's get a little, come on. So this is a crazy lace, just in a crazier way. A little bit of druzy in there. It's like almost like a conglomerate of agates smashed together and then re-agatized around the outside. Pretty neat stuff. There were a couple of possible fracture lines going by it that I have to be careful of, but I think I'm going to get something out of this here. I'm going to do something up in here to get all that messy stuff into a stone. And then we'll come in here, try to keep those little druzy pockets and miniature agates. Nano agates, we can call them. Yes, he did, John. She did. Hey, John, how you doing? We got 2 John, Mr. Ross and Mr. Delaney. Happy to have either one, even happier to have both. Alright, so that's what we just did. Keep that there. And yeah, let's do this. I don't know how quick this will be. It shouldn't be too bad. So this is a lemon. They call it lemon chrysoprase. It's actually, I believe, African. And it's a citron magnesite. So I think similar to like a howlite. Yeah, I got quite a bit of sand stuff, Betty. I gotta slice it all up and get moving on that. Do I have any out here? Got a lot of stuff out here. I don't know if I got any of his block. Yeah, most of the block I have inside. Got a pretty little fire agate though. That's from Dave too. Or Dawn, I think. Alright, let's do this. I get distracted really easy. A little bit loud. Gonna give myself a little bit of extra water. Or air, I should say. And here we go. Watch it disappear. I do have a mask on. I'm pressing very hard. Just going around trying to get a flat shape, so I've got little things like that to take care of. Most of that came in already, and I'm going to round this out on the top. So I gotta get that, let's get that out. Alright. Nice and flat. Take that, round that out. And that should take care of the major noise. This might splinter out up here, so I gotta be careful. Yeah, it's they call it, so it's a lemon chrysoprase, or see if I can get this in, or a citron magnesite. I don't know if it's citron because it's from Africa, and I don't know if it was an old French colony or not. Or it just sounded better. Alright, now we got our basic shape down. I'm going to bring this in a little bit this way. Yeah, thank you so much for the likes and everything up there, guys. So on mine it shows 123 people in and 42 likes, which is fabulous. And I appreciate any of you joining me for any sort of time. Hey, Hot Police, welcome in. Awaken, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Petrified key lime pie. Sounds delicious. Got that crumbled crust on the edge. That's for any of you rock eaters out there. Right. It's pretty smooth, but not quite. And right here, it doesn't have to come all the way into that corner because I'm going to roll it over. I just need it up to be, it needs to be stable from about 6 to 7 millimeters and up. I'm going to take off this edge real quick. This is the bottom, and I'm just going to nip that sharp edge off real quick. And what that does is it helps stop it from chipping out, hopefully. You sound like me listening to like 4 different things at the same time. Alright, I'm going to bring down this top edge now too. This is where we'll find out if I came down in enough, came in enough or not. Watch that matrix disappear. Much softer than the rest of the stone. Going around the tip. I'm trying to get the same height. See how we did. A little bumpy right there. The camera does not want to pick up on that color. A little bump right there I need to take out. Coming around, a little too high. be good. Seems to be okay here as far as stable. It's a little softer, you can see it kind of trying to undercut right there. So when you have a harder stone going into a softer stone, if you push too hard, it actually sounds silly, but if you push too hard, you're going to undercut in here quicker than if you just go around it really slowly. And that's for anything. So even with something like a crazy lace, these quartz pockets and this outside area right here is actually so much softer than the fortification of the agate in here. But even in between each fortification is a slightly different hardness, and that's why even when this is polished up, it can show the little lines that have been undercut if you're not too careful. I think we're going to move on to the next one here. It's a little bit close, isn't it? Welcome in, everybody. Wow, thank you. Yep. There's a lot of people for a Sunday. Hey, Gilbert, welcome in. Yeah, I'm going to start. I'm keeping my eye out for a new machine. Excuse me. Hi, baby, I'm not talking about you. I'm still keeping you. I actually have a much older machine in the garage. Like I think it's a C20 Highland Park. I think it's a C20. It's got a little saw on it, and it's got, I think, 3 or 4 wheels and then a little lap on the end. It's old. It's on top of a metal cabinet, which is really neat. And I had to change the motor out. Unfortunately, when I bought the new motor, it ended up being too long. Not long, it was too thick to fit underneath in the cabinet. So I'm in the middle of retrofitting another motor. Now, even though my girdle was straight on this line, you look down and it wasn't. That's a bit better. You have a little wobbly down there, even here. Alright, I'm going to start. So we got the 45 going already, and now I'm going to bring it in down to a 30 going this way. I hope. Around a 30. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. There you go. 30, 45, and this should be somewhere between like 7 and 11. So 7 and 11. And then that 30 going. And then I'm going to bring it in another 16. And that should be good. So let me do the 30 all the way around. farmhouse. Yeah. So, sorry, I'm just thinking things out loud in my head. Looking for a name for my machine, and you know, I'm so RocksAlot, so maybe it's Lady Grind-A-Lot. I don't know. Excuse me. It's Sunday, I gotta be careful. Alright, I'm gonna blend that round edge across. Hey man, you. Yeah, I'm gonna get, there's a few things I need to add to my little collection here. I do need a good flat lap. I do need like, so very envious of Betty. I love the saw that Betty has. It's a, I believe it's a 10-inch saw. So I do like Betty's saw there, and I need a decent saw to be able to do fairly large rocks. I say I'm never going to be a full-on slabber. I don't get enough material around here to get a full-on 18-inch or, you know, large saw. I'm going to roll off this edge without going down the girdle. And I almost feel like I should Sharpie this one. A little flat. I don't quite like how flat it is. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to color it in. Not advising everybody to do this. It just helps me sometimes being able to bring it in. So it's pretty flat. I'd like it to get a little bit rounder, and this is the best way I know. You shouldn't, there's certain, you know, there are types of material that you definitely shouldn't Sharpie, because if they get Now I'm going to move on to the next wheel. Everybody, thank you so much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. Hey Gilbert, how you doing? Well, you don't have to do it. You know, we all come attached to our rocks. We do. And I got some that I just leave as specimens. Some of what I do, Gilbert, is I'll take a stone. Here, let me show you. No, we had the Larimar out, but I don't see it. But yeah, I'll take a big rock sometimes and just open up a window, just so I know what it would look like if I did cut it, and then I don't end up cutting it, and just keep it as a specimen. And just kind of blend any facets of any kind in, and slowly bring it into the middle of the stone as I'm sort of doing the wiggle waggle. It is starting to round out just a little bit. It's not going to be, you know, a huge eye dome round, but from what I'm doing, at least I know it's not flat. So now I'm just pulling out from the face to the outer edge and going across that Sharpie and drawing it out. So it just sort of rounds it around there and blends that in. You can see where the Sharpie dug in there a little bit, so still got to get all that out. That dug in deep right there. I still have to go around and do the girdle and go over every little surface that I've already done. Yeah, Joe, that's a really good idea. I didn't know who suggested that, but Patty, of course, Patty. But yeah, you find your local German Mineral Society. If you're in a decent-sized town, there's usually somebody doing it. And that Sharpie went in deep right there. There we go. I didn't think I was going to get the Sharpie out. That went pretty deep. So something to be careful of, like I just did, was I put Sharpie all over it, but I should have remembered that this is a pretty soft matrix, and that Sharpie can end up going in pretty deep. But pretty much got it out. I got 3 more wheels to go. You can always put it up, go with it on YouTube, or Instagram, or whoever it is, whatever platform you like. You don't have to do videos. Sometimes you can just do posts and put pictures up. There are a lot of fossil people out there. A lot of fossil people in the chat. I'm almost a fossil. I don't know. I know you have to be, like in Europe, you have to be 100 years for an antique. I think in the States it's 50. Vintage is pretty much anything prior to 2000, I guess, and 1950s up. So I don't know how old you have to be a fossil. Aha, good suggestion. The gotaways. Yeah, I laid that in there pretty thick. That's okay. Alright, I think that's it on this one. On these wheels. Pretty happy with that. From where we started with it. Didn't take too long. I kind of like this stuff. Got a good look to it. Alright. Let's do... That's a nice looking chunk. Let's do the big chunk. I could cut it, but I think we're gonna get rid of that. So let's do this. Let me get a... Oh, I should take my wallet out of my pocket before it gets soaking wet. So let's get a quick... This is stabilized Chilean. Almost. Gotta wait for a second. Guess I put my apron on too. That way when I go pick up the car, I won't look a complete mess. What are we at? An hour? That's good. So I got about an hour left, and then I'm playing with the time and the storm a little bit. I'm gonna just take that right out. And a bit knobbly right in there. I just saw something I don't like. That is not good. I gotta do a quick roll up here. Little oil floaters. Coming in from somewhere. Alright, well, here's what it is. There's got some oil in here from somewhere. Alright, let's keep going. Nice fella. So let's get started on this one. I don't know if I'm going to end up backing it. Let me go around the edge. That's Dusty. Yeah, Dusty. Hey, Julian. What have you got? A blue rock with fossilized thing. From the Badlands. I'm actually going to open up my community page. I haven't done it yet. So if you wait like a day, you can post it to my community page. I think my favorite fossil is I have a huge toe knuckle bone. It's like this. It's like bigger than my hand, just the knuckle. And it does have gem silica in it, but I got that from Don Dupuy of Diamond Pacific, and it has become quite an attraction when it goes with Miss Freckle Cat to school. Okay, this is going to be a pretty big piece, I hope. Come around that corner a little more. Round off that one. May even do the same shape as the Chrysoprase. Oh shoot. Happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you don't have to go to work. I hope you have tomorrow off. I don't know why I don't get tomorrow off. It's gonna get thin there, a little thin here, but I think I'm good. So I'm just gonna flatten this out a little bit. Still gonna be a little bit of a hole right there, but it will mostly be flat. Beautiful color. Look at that. Beautiful color. And this is what I need a flat lap for, actually, is for these larger stones. It's not so easy to get a straight flat back when you're using that middle part of the wheel. I'm pretty good at it, but a flat lap or even sandpaper would be better. Alright, so I'm going to leave the little caves in there. It's pretty flat. Doesn't rock much. It does rock a little. I need to get the front done, so now I'm just going to go around this edge. It's going to be a pretty flat stone, but if I do it right, it should be full face all the way around, hopefully. It's going to be only about 2 to 3 millimeters on the edge. Just cutting it a little tight. Nothing wrong with cutting it a little tight there. Yeah, Gilbert, we have a great community in the rock and jewelry reselling community. That's where I mostly find myself, is like mining channels, reseller channels, jewelry and silversmithing, and then all the rock pounders and some of our lapidary artists from around the world. Taking off the face. And I really appreciate you all just hanging out. I really do. If you don't know Simon or Sai over at Lions Fix-It Shop, taking us on some pretty good bird watching and fantastic walks in the middle England, Midlands of England, and a little bit further north. Fun for me to see. It really depends, Kelly. You know, these are actually pretty pure as far as a nugget. But you know, to get through this, so you might want to cut this in two, just because of that little bumpy cave right there that comes in, and you can see how far that goes in. So you probably want to knock that off, and you're going to end up getting a stone here and a stone here once you flatten that back off. So this one I'd hope for probably around 65, 70. Maybe even more, maybe 75. This one I'm looking for is probably going to end up being the same, about 60. But something, let's find something. There is another piece of turquoise. This is actually some of my favorite stuff. Look at this. So I'll cut a few slabs of this, but then look at the edge. So unless you leave a rough edge to it, or natural edge, you're going to lose all that up here under my thumb, and you're going to end up with maybe 50 on that one. That one's pretty knobbly and notchy. And then you can go all the way to something like, where are we? Something completely crappy. So, yeah, look at some of this stuff. So really poor opal. It's got some color to it, but you know, you're going to lose. In opal, you'll be happy to get 20%. So it really depends. But yeah, I mean, that one you're not going to get anything out of it. It's got a little bit of color in it, but I don't think there's anything else in it. Let's have a look. I still got this in my hand. For this one, I don't think you get anything out of it. Yeah, I might be lying. Let's bring this down on the other side too. So we have a quick interruption for a D- opal, which is probably 90% sand. So even pulling in that top, that's absolutely nothing. So I can maybe pull out something out of that. Let's see. Nothing on the edge. But it's a good question. With opal, if you had a little less sand, you'd be happy with about 20%. I'd be happy with anything out of this one. I don't think it's really going to be anything. And so it's really important to source your material and know who you're buying from. And you can go onto like opal auctions, and I mean the opal auctions online. They sort of grade out their sellers. We knew we were going to do a quick opal distraction here. But yeah, it's going to be completely included with sand. I do have some opals we're going to be doing, some much better high quality opals, but if I get 20% out of it, I'll be extremely happy, but the color is going to be amazing. So. This was just out of pretty much the throwaway bag. take that down a little bit more. We'll see. Sorry, it's so cloudy. There we go. It's all sand. It's got a little bit of blue on it. Jelly. Like a blueberry jelly. Gives me good practice too, though. And that's what's quite a bit of opal that I have. I just really bought it. It was so cheap. I got it for practice. And I still kind of have it. I mean, we did that in what, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Let's just take that down. See if we got anything we can. Not very good at all. A little bit of blue. Alright, let's get back to the turquoise. That's what I'm meant to be doing. You're welcome. Hey, always ready for questions. May never have the answer, but if I can help, that's good. So yeah, if you're going to do opal, be careful and very aware. Any material that you source, please take your time and look at reviews. Maybe get recommendations from people you know that have had good experiences. Because you know they also slub up their reviews too. So. Good for you to know somebody that knows somebody. Well, it wasn't terrible. I mean, it's not exactly like jewelry grade, but stick it in a bottle, it might look nice. Let's push on it just one more time. That's it. All right. Enough of that. But yeah, I think the mainstream opinion would be 20% of your stone. Hi everybody. Let's get back to this one. What wheel were we on? I think we're over. Oh, that's pretty nice. See if we can get that down a little bit more. Oh, shoot. Dang it. Yeah, it depends what you want them for, Gilbert. Now, John, you say the Johnson brothers, were they the ones that used to, or maybe still, refinish wheels or re-resin them? Are they still doing it? I don't know if they still do it. I've got a few. I got some Novas over here. I'm going to bring that in just a little bit. I don't think even if I filled that little edge in, that's going to work. So I got to bring that in somehow. We're losing a bit of the stone here. Thanks for the fireworks. Stone is getting smaller. It's okay. Alright, so I wanted to take that in enough, but I don't have that little block in the edge there. So by bringing it in, it brought the girdle up higher, and now I have to bring that girdle back down again. But I'm pretty happy. Look at that. Not bad. Down that a little. Really nice color. Love the matrix in it. Even though the matrix thinned out, I like this. There's like really tiny webbies in there. It's got the big web, obviously, but if you look in here, look at the little webs. I like that. That is nice. So it's sort of got that, like this nucleus of web, and it just goes whoosh. And I think this may be the Scottish antelope up in here somewhere. Yeah. That's the wrong wheel I just went onto. Let's go over here. This wheel is a 280 Nova Diamond Pacific. It's a little less aggressive. So if I roll the edge too much or anything like that, I'm not taking off too much or doing too much damage. Except I just took that point off. Right. How are we doing? Very good. I see the clouds starting to come. So we're going to do one more after this. It's not a huge stone, but it's one of my favorite types. And it is a turquoise as well from Nevada. It is the Nila turquoise from RA Stonework. Okay, there. I might have to fill that in, but that's okay. You need at least enough to grab hold on. There you go. So it's still there, but I can deal with it. And so all those little things, I don't know who was asking, I think it was Kelly, all those little things start to take away from the final stone. Little crevices, little nuggets, little bugs, and depends on how much you want to deal with and how much you want to perfect your stone. And then each time I have to bring something in, I have to bring it in across the whole stone to make it consistent. So right now I'm having to go over the whole girdle again just to bring in from where we brought that little bug in. But the rest of this, I'm going to fill this in, I think. So you see the new facets right here? I'm going to roll those out. It's just all part of the process. You think you're done, and then you do another thing, and it's just a tiny little thing that you're fixing, but it affects the whole stone. Draw it out. Yeah, it'll be a bit quicker and more consistent. Ooh, I went too thin. I drew it out too hard down to the tip there and took away the girdle. Alright, I'm pretty happy with it. Not bad. Alright. Let's do one more. Do 3. I don't know if you guys saw this one from the other week. I had the super thin turquoise and put it on that gold stone. That came out really nice. I was really happy with that. Trying to make something out of nothing. Yeah, I thought he did too, but I'm unsure. I'm a little unsure. Alright, starting to cut it close here, so let's see if we can do this. Don't want to rush it too much. One of my favorite types of turquoise right here. It is Nila out of Nevada. It's close to the Kingman mine that's on the border. And this is RA Stoneworks. So let's see if we can get our little gem out of this one. So just going to do the back, flatten it out. Rolling it around and flattening it out. Looks nice already. Let's do that front picture just because I didn't do it yet. Awesome. Okay. So, did the back already. Gonna go around the edge. Even out the edge. It looks pretty good. Little cave right there. There goes the little cave. That one's good. That one's good. Don't know in the shape, but it's just going to tell me what it wants to be. Alright. Get this mask off. I don't think I need it anymore. And let's tape off the top, and I'll show you the back anyway. I love the matrix in this, and occasionally, so sometimes when you get quartz pockets in turquoise, it'll pop out as you're cutting it. They actually find red quartz with this material, and I don't know if it's the way they stabilize it or what it is, but or when it formed with a turquoise, it just attached better. But it tends to stay in the stone really well, and polishes up really nice. So to have that contrast of the red and the turquoise is really nice. Not quite coral, but a really nice contrast. Alright, bingo. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty nice. I like how the color goes from the left there to the right. And it actually changes. I don't know why with this material, but at different angles, even in the same spot, the color seems to change just slightly. It's really odd. Really nice stuff though. Hey, Nike. What kind of opal? I'm an Australian opal fan. In fact, guys, you want to go to lapidary day tonight? I think it's going to be 7 o'clock Mountain Central Time or Mountain Time. He is going to be doing opal mostly from Cooper PD, but he's going to be with Milo and Nick from Milo's Opals. Very nice people. They've got some really expensive stuff, and they've got some affordable stuff. So, or you might just like to watch. Ooh, that wind is popping up. Let's get that edge. Take off the sharpness off the edge. And I am already moving on to the third wheel. Hopefully I haven't missed too much by being too quick. But looks like the girdle's pretty good all the way around. Back looks good. Me too. Maybe I do. Not always. I'm gonna do the back. Thank you all for joining me today. I know it's been a little bit rushed. Or it seems that way on my end. Maybe it's not. I don't think even when I have a plan, it's necessarily going to be straight when we come out here to the machine. Just doing that bottom edge. Let's get the girdle. It's a bit of an odd shape. Let's see if it rocks. No, it's flat on the back, so. Alright, we are good to go. Let's get this done. On the dome. Rounding around. Spinning a little bit. Try to get even. This material is so forgiving to work with. I guess maybe that's why I like it so much as well. I mean, we did that in what, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? There you go. Little bit of a facet right there. That is nice. Let's see, I can square that up just a little bit right there. Yeah. Alright, that's all the wind. I gotta pick up the car. How's that? That's not bad. Let's get that a little bit more right there. A little bit more right there. Right there. Giving it a little bit of symmetry. Not perfect. It makes it just a little bit more pleasing to the eye. There we go. Front and back. Front and back. Front and back. Alright, so let's turn that off. We didn't do too bad, we did pretty well. So I've still got 3 wheels to go. Maybe I'll do that Monday or Tuesday. Or maybe we'll just wait until Thursday to get it finally done. Let's have a look over here. Now this was the first one. Actually came out pretty good. We did have a little break in it, probably because I spoke too soon, but not bad. Then we did Chrysoprase, lemon Chrysoprase. It's pretty nice. Nice high dome. Love the matrix in that and the lemonies. And quick piece of Chilean. Sounds like I'm at a restaurant. I have the Chilean on some asparagus. No, I hate asparagus. Just garlic mash will do. Okay, that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. Let's hit that. Oh, we didn't want to do that. I went green on us. I don't know why I did that. So let me get this again real quick. So, yeah, number 1. Number 2, the yellow Chrysoprase. Number 3, the Chilean. Beautiful color. Love that close-up matrix in there too. And then I love the Nila and its colors. That's just a personal preference. And there you go. So thank you all for watching. I will be back on Thursday, probably to 6 o'clock. And if not, I might come on before then, just to finish these up during the week. I love you guys for just even watching. I really appreciate that you hit that thumbs up. And hitting the subscribe really pushes out the channel for me. I don't really make any money off of doing lives, but I really enjoy it. I enjoy doing the chat with you guys. It's a fantastic community, and I look forward to doing more. So if you want to come see on Thursdays and Sundays, Thursdays at 6, Sundays at 2, even though we're just coming up to 2 right now. So thank you all for today. Have a wonderful, safe Sunday, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. And in the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. Love you guys. Thank you. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Fell off the ship. Bye now. Love you. Cheers.